anytime you go to a team, and we already know how talented Kevin Durant is, but when you go to a team as good as Golden State and you add that piece, to me it's not big of a deal. But this is what we asked for, right? The game that I grew up loving and idolizing, and it's just not the same game from the business side to the to the actual play, to the rules. It's just a different game that I have to myself personally have to get used to. The competitive nature is still there. It's just different. Everything is placed on legacy championships now. So when you somebody like LeBron James or you're somebody like Kevin Durant, no matter how well you do, how far you carry a team, if you don't win rings, then your legacy is going to be tarnished, or it's not going to be match up to the all-time great going to the Hall of Fame and things like that, which we did that. We put that burden on certain great players about championships when it takes so much more to carry a team from your play. You have to have luck. You have to have chemistry. You have to have perfect timing. You have to have so much. But when you just put the ultimate goal of the championship, Kevin Durant and other players are going to start hopping to other teams to give themselves that opportunity. So, Kevin Durant had a great series. He was definitely the difference maker. And LeBron James said it. That team with Kevin Durant, one of the second best player in the NBA, or if not the first best, he's just that other. He's that deciding force that that team can't be matched unless they get hurt or something drastic happens.
Yeah, and even if somebody would have got hurt, it felt like they have enough guys to elevate it. And you know what? I don't really understand the whole Kevin Durant put all the critics to bed, or he put all the doubts to bed talk, because no one was doubting whether Kevin Durant was an amazing player. Like, if you watch Kevin Durant play, he's incredible. Like, there's no doubters here. It was never, hey, can he make it work? Like, even Doris Burke in the postgame I mentioned, she said to Steve Kerr, like, you incorporated Kevin Durant. It's like, what do you mean incorporated? Like, he's Kevin Durant. He's 7 feet tall. He can handle the basketball. He can score in ways nobody can. You saw his ability to just absolutely, when he's dialed in, like, I don't know if I pick a guy in the NBA over him to just hit a contested three-point shot over Kevin Durant. So that part I don't really care about. Do you think that, do you like the super teams? Do you think that now we just need more of them? Because, again, I was mentioning off the top, it feels like right now we're almost rooting for Chris Paul to say, you know what, leave the Clippers, even though that's kind of your team now. That's the place that you've kind of made Chris Paul's home. Leave the Clippers. We don't care. Just go to the Spurs. Try to make another super team. Gordon Hayward, don't stay in Utah and toil away in Utah. Go to Boston. Join a first overall pick. Join Al Horford and Isaiah Thomas. And with some other lottery picks down the road, maybe they can be a super team. It kind of feels like we're past the point now. LeBron James already took the brunt. Kevin Durant took the brunt. No one cares anymore about going and bandwagoning, or they're not going to be as mad about it. That the new normal is just make a super team, and we need more of them. Not we need to try to find ways to break them up.
Yeah, you see teams and you see players. When you look at Kevin Durant or you look at LeBron James, these guys been with their respective teams for many, many, many years. They've won the championship. They come up short. Before they decided to make a different push for their career. And I think when you are somebody like Kevin Durant and you've been through the Western Conference Finals and you've been to the finals and you've been eliminated, you've been through the ups and downs, and you're that guy, at some point you can't keep doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And ultimately you're trying to win. And that's what you have to do. Now, unfortunately, it's not enough great players. It's not, you won't have as many Kevin Durants and LeBron James and Chris Pauls that can make a big difference or change a difference or change the culture of a team. Or if they leave a team, the team suffers drastically. But, it's just one of those things where the players now are monopolizing. They're taking advantage of these contracts. They're taking advantage of the salary cap. They're taking advantage of the business of basketball, and they're using it to their advantage, and you can't blame them. You can't blame them. If Kevin Durant was traded or Kevin Durant was there with his team and, James Harden couldn't be signed, or Russell Westbrook decided to leave, then he'll be sitting with OKC naked trying to win a game or trying to win a series, and you just can't blame them. So I enjoy the freshness and the newness of new players or great players going other places, so it'd be something else to watch. But you definitely still want to see the competitive nature of, NBA basketball and professional sports.
Yeah, it felt a little, I don't know, I guess disenchanting to hear that Draymond Green called Kevin Durant from the parking lot as soon as they lost. Like, that's the guy that you just beat. Like, I don't want to, like that would, I like to imagine these guys going in the offseason, they don't want to talk, and they're scheming away and trying to find a way that they're all a bunch of Kobes, basically, and a bunch of MJs, where it's just like, okay, Like, I don't want to join anybody. Just want to beat everybody. But yeah, dude, you're right. Like, this isn't the way it is anymore. A couple quick
Yeah, but
ones.
it's
Oh,
funny you talk about AAU, right? Sorry to cut
yeah,
you off. AAU culture, all these guys are friends.
yeah,
Like all these guys, they go to these tournaments and they play a lot, and they might play 5 games in a weekend. So when you lose, that sting of a loss it doesn't sting as much. And then you might have lost to the second best player in the nation, and you might want to try to join his A. And it happens all the time. Like the culture of sports has just changed from the backyard battles, and you fight one day and become, and you may not talk to the guy, you battle again, but those days are long and gone. They're over, especially from the professional, from NBA standpoint.